Hello all. This week we begin the next module by taking change management and moving it up another level. And we're looking at it in a specific setting, and that setting being the school setting or typical K-12 education setting. So if any of you are educators, or if you live with an educator, bless your heart, and you just know someone or you've heard things, you typically know that change is very frequent in the school setting, whether it's policies or small procedures, and that is something that teachers typically have to deal with. So we're going to start off by looking back to last week's introduction module where we saw the roller coaster of change and the different stages, and we're actually going to apply that same concept to the education setting, because typically if you take out one of the big stages, which is the anger and depression, that is where we're typically going to see teachers fall within. And we're focusing primarily on teachers because we know that in a school setting, change typically occurs from a top-down approach. The higher ups, whether it be the superintendent or supervisors, normally feed things down to the administration, and the administration then wants the teacher to do whatever it is that changes within probably the next day, if not the next week or so. And so teachers end up feeling the bulk of the stress and the bulk of the overload when it comes to change. So within that, we do see that category, again, going back to the roller coaster of change, we see a lot of that anger and depression, just that feeling of, oh my goodness. And we then look at going further into the week where we have some resources where you'll see the top 10 reasons why teachers do resist change. And then going one step further into that, we analyze teachers in general and are able to group them into 4 categories. So again, looking at not as a means to attack teachers, of course, but just analyzing the response to change. And the intention or the hope is that if you see this within yourself or someone, or you're just gaining more knowledge, then you could then educate others, and if not yourself, of what you could be feeling as an educator and then how to respond to that. So this week, as you move through the modules, you want to be thinking, if I'm an educator, wow, what changes have I experienced and how am I responding to that? Or how are my colleagues responding to that? And if you're not, that's totally fine too. Just, this can be applied to any setting, just looking at what is my role in this change process and how am I responding and reacting, and how are others around me doing that too. So this week, you're going to be looking at quite a few resources. There's some assignments. You will have the opportunity to collaborate with your peers in a discussion board, and there's also a Padlet, which you'll see in all of the assignments laid out. You will have concept checks just to make sure that you have a handle on the content. Again, there are quite a few things to go through, but if you pace yourself, I think it'll be just fine. And you'll end off by the end of the week with your multimedia presentation, which you will share with your peers as well. So good luck. And if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, and do your best work. Happy learning. Thank you.